but I was convinced and determined to channel my prince. Hi, welcome to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Sharon Simone, and I am the author of Yielding Life Unraveled. For those who are not new, thank you for continuing this journey with me, and I hope all of us can have a really good, deep discussion about some of the reflection questions and challenges that I've been leaving in my episodes. So today I decided to jump over a few chapters and read page 48. And just to set up the scene, Viv has met someone new at the hotel and they're having a discussion over a meal. So this is how it begins. Without thinking, I wave him to the seat across from me. Gabe wipes his lips with his napkin before pushing his chair away from his table. He sits across from me and we face off. Okay, you tell me, do you have a learning disability? Awful personal. Well, do you? No, but who told you you couldn't master math? I took a deep breath and thought for a moment. I don't know. I found math harder and harder to grasp once I was in high school. Before that, I don't remember having an issue. What changed? I smile and rest back against my seat. Are you a psychotherapist also? I avoid. No, I just love a good debate. If it makes you uncomfortable, though, I can. No, 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 no. I'm not uncomfortable. I defend. Just never thought of these things for a long time. Let's see. I take a few moments to reflect. High school, I guess. A lot of transitions for me. My parents worked double shifts. We moved a couple of times, changed schools. It was lonely. Most of my classmates didn't look like me. Again, I search his eyes for a reaction. He doesn't blink. I take another deep breath. Math was dull to me at the time, I guess. I couldn't lose myself in it as easily as I could with other subjects. Skip some classes? Oh, I tapped the table remembering something. Because it was required for university, I had to cram several math courses over a summer. I think I cried every day that semester. So, in other words, it wasn't that you couldn't master math, but that you initially decided not to master math. Once you made the decision, you pushed through and excelled. Gabe grins triumphantly as he takes another sip of tea. So, I chose this page because I thought it would be a really good jump off point for the reflection questions that we could share together. So, the reflection question that I want to leave with you is, what is your that's not me, I can't, I never? In other words, what is your story that frames you in a static way as this is who I am, period? And the reason why I thought this would be a really good question for us to ask is we all do it. It's just like someone suggests something to us, and it's just like, oh, I don't do that. I don't swim. I don't eat that. I don't do this. I don't do that. I am not that. And sometimes we paint ourselves into a corner and not realize that, you know what, that is a decision. Our stories are not meant to be static, our stories are meant to evolve. So who we are today may not be who we are tomorrow. Who we were in the past is definitely not who we are today, right? So I thought this would be a really good question for us to explore. If you want to pause the video at this time to jot down some ideas, I suggest that you do that. And the second thing that I wanted to leave with us to do is choose one thing this week to challenge yourself to come out of your comfort zone, out of your I am this, I don't do this, I can't do this. One thing that you can do this week to take you out of that narrative. So, as I mentioned before, this video creation is my move out of my comfort zone. I have not been on social media regularly, and I am so used and so comfortable in doing things in the background, doing the coaching, doing the training with individuals and groups. Easy. But coming onto YouTube, this was a challenge for me, but I was convinced and determined to channel my Prince. I love me some Prince. I don't know who out there also loves Prince, but what I really admired about him is that he created for creation's sake. Everything from his name to all of his music to the things that he produced and beyond. He would just create, and it didn't matter if they were all hits. It didn't matter if everyone acknowledged it. It didn't matter. For him, it was he was going to create. He was going to be the awesome, different, bizarre, weird, brilliant person he was, and keep putting himself out there and keep making content. So this is something that I have decided is my am now. I am going to continue to create. So I encourage you to think of this reflection question as well as this challenge and share with us in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So for those who don't know much about what I do as a professional, I help leaders who are in transition, and I do that in several different ways. I do that as a coach, I do that as a trainer, I do that as a speaker, I do that as a counselor. There's so many things that are in my repertoire. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, I encourage you to go to www.sharonkamasa.com and check me out. And if you're interested, I do offer free clarity calls so that we can see how we may work together or how I might be able to support you. And on that note, I end this video with a thank you and to encourage you to also like and subscribe so we can continue our journey together. I wish you well.